Hello. This is the David the Dog Trainer podcast, episode 32. Only 1 year younger than you in weeks.
Yeah, that's nice. Thank you for the reminder.
Wow, it is 32.
Crazy.
Ever since we hit 30, I'm just still amazed. I'm like, wow. 30 plus weeks together.
I'm on episode 17 in my car. I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm.
You're a little behind.
Just a
Jeez.
little bit. I know, just a little
It's
bit.
okay. You're busy.
Well, this is the wedding podcast.
Yes.
We have a wedding tomorrow.
They're getting married, everybody.
Today we're being joined by my wife.
Yeah, we're already married.
Yeah.
We're just, it was so great the first time around. We're doing it again.
You know, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
We're having a very expensive party
Yeah.
that
what
everybody's
a wedding
invited
is.
to.
Nice. You guys excited? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though it's not like it's a celebration more
Yeah,
than
we're
anything?
going to open this Prosecco and celebrate, right?
Yeah.
Can
Pop
I
it.
do
it?
Pop it.
Pop it?
You better pop that right by that mic.
All right. So we've been asked numerous times by select groups of people to have you on the podcast.
Nobody's asked for me.
No,
Don't
for real,
lie.
for real.
Who
100%.
asked? Who
Yeah.
asked? Josh, you asked for me?
No.
Oh.
I thought you were going to answer the question.
Oh no, I don't remember who
Yeah,
it was.
because nobody asked. You guys are
Emma
just-
and Margot asked.
Yeah, I knew Margot did,
I
but
don't think I've met her.
You have not.
Emma's
But
great.
her and Emma, they said, you should have her on. That's what everybody wants. They were saying it'd be like a reality show or something, I think.
Our life should be a reality show. Okay. I
It
hope
is.
this doesn't explode.
All right. Not towards me.
Jesus. Oh, that was a good one.
well, we just blew everybody's eardrums. That's all
Were
right.
they not supposed to do that?
No, it's fine. That was perfect. I didn't think it was gonna be that loud though.
Pour it up.
All right.
Dobe, what's new?
Sorry, I'm trying to regroup myself after that. Yeah, I know. Not a whole lot, man. Just talked with a gentleman. He's helping open a lounge down in the flats. It's going to be Sundance. That's what it's going to be called.
Sundance
Where's
Music
a
Festival?
lounge?
No, Sundance Lounge.
But like, what's a? Oh, sorry.
It's like
what's a lounge?
I don't know, like kind of like cocktails, small bites. Not there. You go, clink it. Not like a full restaurant, but not club either. You know, it's like that weird in between where it's just like just go to kinda
Cloak and
chill.
Dagger is considered a lounge.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cocktail
okay,
lounge,
yeah.
I guess.
Where in the flats? Because everything is a club now in the flats.
Yeah, I think it's actually on the other, like in that where they're building on that new stuff on the other side.
East Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that where like
That's where
music
all
boxes
yes.
and stuff?
No. That's West Bank.
Yeah.
East Bank
Oh.
is like where Margaritaville is.
Yeah.
So like the
But is
real
that-
clubby side.
Yeah, the club. you said.
Yeah, it's one of those buildings. It's going to be on the top floor. It's like a 4-story.
Oh,
type
because
deal.
Brewdog is going over there. Is it going to be by like above
Yeah, I think
Brewdog, maybe?
it's going to be over there by somewhere by there.
Cool.
But they're also going to have like a there's going to be like a cigar shop like under it, so that I guess they're going to try to work with them too and have it just like a real chill atmosphere. Like go to the humidor and get a nice cigar and have a cocktail with it. Yeah. You like cigars?
No.
Yeah, me either. But
My friend for my bachelor party bought a bunch of cigars, and he's like, we're going to smoke these. We did not smoke them.
Oh, I told you not. I said, yeah,
did
don't
not.
smoke them.
We did not do it.
You'll puke.
There was one point throughout the night, right at the end, when I was trying to convince everybody to come back to the house
Oh,
and get in the
that
hot
was
tub,
not going to happen.
where I was like, we can go in the hot tub and smoke the cigars. And at that point when I said it, I was like, do I actually mean this? Or am I just trying to convince everybody to come back to the house?
yeah.
I don't think I actually meant it.
Just come back and then we'll all forget about what I said.
Yeah, maybe we'll just like go in the hot tub and not smoke the cigars.
Yeah. Other than that, I went over to Tea Lab, which is in Lakewood.
Saw that.
Yeah, that place is. I don't know if you like tea. Go
My
to that
sister
place.
goes there. She likes
Yeah.
it.
Oh, dude, they have like 50 plus teas, and he like gave me a couple. And there was this one that it's like a relaxing tea, you know. And I don't usually think those things work, but man, like
She's all about those.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
they work.
Little sleepy time tea.
Yeah, you
Love a
should
sleepy
you should
time
go there
tea.
and get it. I wish I could. It's like just called like nighttime tea or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Because they can't call it sleepy time tea.
Yeah, basically. But he made it because a friend of his is allergic to chamomile. Because I found out chamomile is part of the ragweed family.
Interesting.
So if you have a
yeah.
ragweed allergy, you can't have chamomile. So he created it specifically for people that can't have chamomile. And oh my God, I was like, I took a picture of it, and then like the hot cup of tea, I was like, all right, I'll drink some of it. You know, and now like by the end of it, I was like, ooh, I
there,
could
like,
sleep right now.
Valerian root. I think that.
Yeah, there's
is-
some valerian root, peppermint, ginger, rose hips, and then there was some kind of berry in it. I don't know. It was like a weird berry that I've never heard of, but it was like
Josh getting all high off these teas.
I was like, whoa.
Josh feeling good. He's like,
Yeah, but then they're like staples. Like it's just called the Cleveland blend, and it was weird, man. It almost tasted like it like had the same bite as like coffee, but it was a tea. Yeah,
Sounds good.
It was really good. That was like their top, but yeah, it was a good time over there. So
It's a good time.
it was a good time.
Good time.
Yeah,
So what are you
Cool.
taking pictures of the leaves or what?
yeah. We kind of did like a hybrid where he made the cup of tea, and then I'd have like the actual like tea like strewn about on the. It was really awesome because he has like these slate tables.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. Like it was just this little slate table. I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. It was like textured and everything. I was like, dude, this is gonna be so easy because I mean, take cell phone pictures, and then I took those, and he was just like, whoa.
Those are the kind of people you got to get in with, though.
Yeah.
Is those like true like small business owners, you know?
Yeah.
They don't know any better.
Yeah. Well, it's nice too because he used to work for Scene and a couple other places, so he like knows like everyone, like Eric from Emocho. He knows Matt, Matt Fish and everything. So I was like, oh, this is a good hookup too. So
There you go.
Gotta keep it all going.
Keep it
Get
together.
those connections.
Keep it in the family.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a busy week, thankfully. So, how about you?
Just getting ready for the big day.
Yeah.
You know?
He's been golfing. That's what he's been doing. He's been working and golfing.
I golfed 4 times last week.
You're right. Yeah.
I knew last weekend it was going to
I
be.
golfed every single day that weekend.
How was that place out in Elyria?
Valley of the Eagles. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
I played pretty well there, too. I thought, listen, okay. So we did the math. I've been playing golf since, what was it, April 10th, I believe. April, May, June, July. Yeah, August. So about 4 months now. Shot a little 126 on a 18 hole.
Ooh.
Very difficult course.
Yeah.
We were playing off the hard tees. I didn't think that was too bad.
No. What was the par for that place?
I think it's like
70
something.
No, that's still for like going for golfing for 4 months and then going on to a PGA basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a
golf
PGA course,
No,
but
but
like
it
it's a
should be.
very challenging course.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Phil. What do you say? Phil
Phil
Nicholson,
Nicholson. I know
right?
that.
Yes.
Helped create it.
It's no, it's a Jack Nicholson.
No, that
Jack
is-
Nicholson?
No, it's
No.
not Jack Nicholson. That's the actor.
It's not Phil Mickelson.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes.
All right. Well, it's one of those guys.
And he's the
I don't
golfer.
know all this stuff. Okay, you know more than me. I know. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
She's an avid golf watcher. You didn't even know.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
what
it was
she does in her
designed by
spare
one
time.
of these guys.
Yeah.
One of these guys. So it's fun. So that's what I've been doing. That and working.
Yeah.
And
And trying to plan this wedding.
well, it's already planned.
Well,
She's
planned,
basically done all of that.
Oh, that's nice.
We did the plan together. We did the big major pieces together a million years ago. But now all the small little details are coming together, and I'm doing all of that.
I see.
That's
see.
what's happening. I asked him to help me get the picture frames together the other day, which were already done. I just needed them wiped down. He was like, I'm going to frame these 3, and then that's all I'm doing. I'll help you in the morning. This is marriage right here. And I was like, oh, all right, fine, no problem. Great, I'll appreciate it in the morning. And then I said, what time are you working in the morning? 8. So I won't have time to help you. I was like, okay.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate you.
You've got lots of friends that have been here helping.
They have, but they weren't not here to do the wiping of the picture frames. Everything was all nice and clean. It's fine. I did it.
It's coming together.
Yeah. You know,
It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful display tomorrow.
the
We did a great job on it.
the importance of marriage is sacrifice, right? And commitment and compromise.
Yep, that's it. That's
we
how
are.
we've gotten through these 8 months.
This is great.
Super good.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. So today, what we're going to be doing is just basically winging it like we always do.
Yeah.
So before we started this podcast, we sat down and we were like, all right, what are we going to talk about?
Basically.
Who knows? We don't know what we're going to talk about. Yeah. So we came up with questions. These questions we thought would be interesting to ask you.
Yes.
You were right there while we were making them. You don't know what the questions are,
I don't know the
though.
questions, no.
So I'm curious, just in all the time we've spent together and all of the you hearing me talk about dog-related things, how well you could actually answer any of these questions. Now, some of these I think are normal dog training questions. Some of these are a little bit more comical dog training questions. So feel free to answer.
Josh has been smirking the whole morning since
Feel
we
free to
wrote
answer them however you please.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, Josh, whenever you'd like, start
This
us
is
off.
ask
right.
David the dog trainer's wife.
What's the
Questions.
title of this? Ask the dog trainer's wife.
Yeah. Ask Dog Trainer's Wife Q&A. Okay, first, you see that little red button back there?
No.
Right here on this? You want to push? Yeah, push it. Wait. Push it again. All right.
You're in charge of the camera as well.
Oh,
You're
that's
cameraman
not, that's
slash.
You're a cameraman too?
That's not a good idea.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Hit me with it. Let's
All
go.
right. First question we have here. How do I stop my dog from barking at my guests?
I didn't make that face.
Yeah, that was
when you
it's an
asked it.
intense face.
Okay. Well,
I'm just trying to...
first of all, usually when we have guests over, Vinnie, the dog that barks the most, is in his crate because he's too much for the guests. But I would say make sure you have your dog's e-collar on and then maybe put them in a bed stay and, let your guests in. And then if your dog starts barking, just go hit him with a zap.
Jeez. All right. Dog.
Is that the right answer?
Kind of, sort of. It's like the very barbaric answer to that question.
The Iron Fist version.
I don't have time.
Hey!
I don't have time.
Hey!
If we're having people over, it's chaos if we have all the dogs going crazy. So, a lot of times, sometimes, especially if we have a lot of people, we had a lot of people over last night. We kept them in their crates
Yes. Okay,
with
so
their e-collars on.
yes, let me caveat a couple things here, right?
I thought it was as the dog trainer's wife. That was the dog trainer's wife answer.
I know, and it was a good answer. You did great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's a lot better than most people.
So, a couple things here. Strategic management is everything, right? And when we have a lot of guests come over the house, 9 out of 10 times, we just don't want to have to worry about the fucking dogs,
Yeah.
right? Like when we're having guests come over, 2 things. 1, we're trying to have a good time and hang out, right? 2, a lot of our guests don't want to have 3 crazy dogs running all over the place.
True.
Right? It's, like, listen, there's some people that come over, like when your friends come over and stuff like that, you have all the dogs out, when a couple individual people here and there come over, we have all the dogs out and stuff
It
like that.
depends on the vibe.
It depends on the vibe. Is great. And this is this is a good thing that everybody should be looking at
If
with
my
this stuff.
85-year-old grandmother is here who is 4'8", I don't need Vinnie
We're not
doing
gonna have
spins
Vinnie
around
out.
her.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just not the move.
So I'm caveating your answer with having Vinnie crated in some of these situations as opposed to like the girls is not due to any sort of like poor behavior on his end or lack of ability of controlling him with things. It's because he's just a lot of dog. And we're going to get into, obviously, talking about having a Malinois and stuff like that, because everybody's all like, oh, I love Malinois. I want to get one. They're so cute. This, that, right? But they're a lot of dog, right?
Yeah.
And even though he may not actually be doing anything wrong, his fast moving around the room can be tripping people, could be getting in their space constantly. It could just be just a general nuisance, right? So we just keep him away. Or, frankly, we keep all of them away, like when we had like all of the family over yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm wrong with saying that if it's sometimes I just want to put them in a bed stay, and if they're like,
oh, no.
get on it.
So that was first caveat to your answer. Second caveat to the answer is yes, we'll get the dogs into a bed stay when the people are coming over, just to have them kind of out of the way temporarily while things settle down, right? And then we'll release them. As far as the barking is concerned, though,
I guess we don't really
no,
correct for barking.
no, we just correct them if they break the bed stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most times they're not barking because we have them focused on the bed stay.
Vinnie is barking. Vinnie is always barking. I mean, you have the remote right there in case he starts barking.
Well, this is true. Yeah, which I do every time we film the podcast.
Right, and if he starts
Sitting right
barking,
there.
what are you going to do?
Correct him. Yes.
Zap him.
All right.
I think
you're mostly right.
Yeah. I think what he's saying also is like, you're right, but also know your dogs, And
yes.
like if he's if Vinny's just going to be too much to worry about, it's just easier to take him out of that situation.
Yes.
Yeah. If it's sure.
What are you suring?
Nothing. It's good. That's right. That's the right answer too.
Oh God.
All right, next question.
All right. Help!
Ah! Jesus!
Jesus.
Listen,
Josh,
I told
do you not know that I'm a very jumpy person?
I didn't.
Oh, well,
But that's
I
how
am.
look, that's how he wrote it. 2 exclamation marks. So sorry everyone. This is the podcast where everyone goes deaf.
Sorry.
All right. Sorry. Help! My dog keeps barking at Hello Kitty inflatables on the walk. And then he put a little
Frowny face.
Okay, well, is it the rest of the question?
No, that's the
it.
question.
It.
What do
That's
I do?
the question.
What do I do?
How do I stop my dog from barking at Hello Kitty?
This was my problem when I met David, the dog trainer, because that's how we met. I brought Deli to him, and I was like, "Here, train my dog. I'm I just need I'm a single woman. I need to get my life together. I need my dog's life together." It was Christmas time, and this house down the street had these Hello Kitty inflatables, and every time we went by, she'd go berserk. And I was like, this is not.
Oh, this is based on a true story.
This is a true
Based on a true story.
True story. Okay. And then when he came to do the follow-up lesson after I got Deli back in a blizzard without a coat on, and I was like, this man is what? How long have you lived in Cleveland? Anyway, we walked by, and so wait, I'm getting off the topic. The answer is you walk by them, and then if they go crazy, you zap them. That's gonna be the answer for everything.
It's one conversation I have with my clients all the time.
What's that?
Everybody will say, I'll ask them, I was like, okay, cool. Well, if they break this bed stay, what are you going to do? And they're like, I zap them.
I know. Okay, no.
And I'm just like, guys, technically speaking, you're not incorrect.
You say no.
But maybe we tone back some of the verbiage a little bit.
We're not saying zap anymore.
We give a correction.
Yes. Sorry.
We give a correction for a lack of compliance of whatever it is we're asking the dog to do.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. So when I would walk Deli back after she got out of training, if she went crazy, I would give a correction. Mm-hmm. And it got better. And now she doesn't bark at inflatables anymore. So you don't have to avoid them or adjust your walk. Just be aware of things that might set them off and be ready to give a correction.
Yes. That sounds more appropriate.
That sounds much better than...
Specifically, you're going to give your correction for the dog breaking the heel position, not for the barking, not for this. Mm-hmm. It's for whatever you're asking them to do in that moment.
It's true.
And if they're barking at the inflatable, there's a high probability that they're not healing with you at that point.
Not happening.
So we're going to be correcting for the lack of healing, which will inadvertently correct for the barking at the Hello Kitty.
Yeah, that was implied in my answer.
I like it. It's like layman's terms and then the scientific like
Translate.
translator over here. So wait, so dogs are what brought you guys together, huh?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's all Deli's fault, huh?
Yeah. All
You're
deli.
like, "Thanks,
little
Deli."
little dill pickle.
Dill pickle. All right. There's no more loud. Oh wait, the one after this is going to be loud. Okay, I just want to give you a fair warning.
Okay.
But my dog won't come when called. What do I do?
Okay, well, this happens.
Let's go into all of these with the expectation that these dogs are probably not trained.
Yeah,
Oh.
untrained dogs.
Untrained dogs.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're over here like Vinnie won't come. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll say that happens to Deli all the time. Okay, if your dog doesn't come and you call it, I don't really. I mean, this was a problem I had. Deli was just running wild in the streets of Cleveland. When she would get out, she would not come when she was called. So
what'd
I
you
would
do?
say, take them to David the dog trainer so they can learn.
Well, how do you go about?
Actually, I don't feel like I really know. I mean, I'm not really sure. I don't know. How? I mean, if
You
don't,
felt pretty confident in those first two answers.
yeah, well, those were easy. I don't know. I mean, if it's an untrained dog, I don't know how you're supposed to get it back. That's why I brought my dog to you, because I didn't know how to do it. If I didn't, I probably wouldn't have brought my dog to you.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
What did you do when she would get out?
I run around like a maniac trying to catch her.
Yeah.
Jump in front of traffic so they would hit me and not her. I don't know. It was.
Like, how did you get her to actually come back to you? Did you have to like bribe her with food, or
I tackled her.
you just Jesus?
She was like running. I lived on 58th in the rain, which is like
Yeah.
people fly around the corner, and she
Yeah.
was like zigzagging, across the street and all over the neighborhood.
Lord. Ooh,
Can't have that.
no.
I was after like work one night. I had like my scrubs on. I had grass stains on my scrubs. It was a disaster. So I really don't know. I mean, I wouldn't advise that. It wasn't great.
Was that the last straw?
I think it
Right
was.
there.
Yeah, it was just too much. I said,
Yeah.
get you some training, girl.
All right. Well,
Final step.
if you'd like to help her out with
Yeah. Can I phone a friend?
Phone a friend. How about we start with the easy management solution?
this. Yeah.
Keep your dog on a leash.
Oh, well, oh my God. Are you serious? I feel like that was bamboozled by this question.
How about we start with then the second management / training way? Buy a long leash. When you tell the dog come, pull the dog to you so the dog doesn't learn to blow you off.
Oh. I
Right?
like that,
right?
yeah.
Right? Most dogs that don't learn how to come is because they're put in situations all the time where you tell them come 17,000 times and the dog doesn't actually come.
True.
So you block that first. You make sure the dog understands when they hear that come command that no matter what, they're going to wind up next to us. Then you start reinforcing it. You can give some cookies when the dog does it correctly, if you want to.
Cookies.
You could start adding in a correction if the dog doesn't do it. That's where our e-collar would come into play. But we would still have the dog on a leash to then,
Yeah.
after we give the correction, zoop, 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 show them where we want them to go. Then once the dog starts getting good with it on the leash, then you start taking the leash off. Then you start using the e-collar when the dog is off of the leash, typically at higher levels. Then you have a good come command.
Dang.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get that. No. I was not going to get that one.
Like, chase it in the streets.
Yeah.
Tackle it when it gets away.
Things not to do.
Chase it down, tackle it.
All right.
Don't make it too loud, Josh.
Oh, sorry.
Can feel me.
You really poured these pretty weak.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I mean, you're not supposed
You're
to
supposed
get
to fill a
wide.
flute up.
I don't think you are.
Josh, you can
We're
ask
having a
questions.
is gonna be
champagne
a-
toast.
Oh!
See, this is what I'm saying.
All right. I really want a Malinois. They're so cute.
They are so cute. I cried last night because Vinnie was so cute. We've established that I think they're adorable.
Yeah, in reference to that, she showed us a video that she took with the is it the Walt Disney eyes or the Pixar eyes or whatever on a Malinois, their Malinois Vinnie.
It was so cute. I couldn't handle it. He had his little eyebrows.
Would you recommend it for the regular household?
No, I would not, because he is a lot of dog. And I think this is part of the reason why I was like just feeling so emotional about Vinny yesterday is that I did not like Vinny when we first started dating, but he wasn't my favorite of the 4 dogs. And that's saying something considering everything. Yeah. So he's just nonstop. Like I was used to Deli, she's a younger dog than Vinny, but she's a little pit bull and she's so cute and sweet and she just wants to like lay around and chill. I mean, she goes ham and does her zoomies, but like after that, she's just like, I'm sitting, I'm laying down, I'm not doing anything. And Vinny's just like zoom, 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 zoom all day. Like he doesn't stop. And then he's like nosing his little nose into you every time you're doing something. And mostly like, when we were at separate houses, he'd wake up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and just start pacing, and you'd hear his little nails like tick, 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 tick. And then he'd go from the wood to the carpet, so he'd be like a little quieter, and then go back tick, 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 tap, 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 tap. And I was just
thump, 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 tap, 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 thump, 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 tap, tap, tap.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that all the time.
All the time.
And I'm a really light sleeper, but so David was just used to this, and I would just be furious, like 6 o'clock in the morning, like this fucking dog doesn't sleep. What the hell? Like, and just like looking at these sweet little pit bulls, like Vera and Deli, and even Cade, they were just like
snoozing,
and he was just like hyped all the time. I was like, I don't know, this is too much. So I think that for the average person, I mean, I think that I know that they're very in right now. I feel like that's like a cool thing to get, like, right? A Malinois, people are talking about them, but
it's like really weird that it's like a popular thing right now.
They're definitely not a family dog. I would say if you have small children or just are not aware of the breed and what they need, I would not recommend. That being said, now in a better routine where I'm like home all the time with the dogs, as I only work 3 days a week. I spend most of the time home with them. Vinny is growing on me. I love that little guy. He's such a little nugget. He stays in the kitchen with me. He waits for me at the door, like when I go into the other part of the house. Oh, so sweet. But, thinking about, down the line having kids and stuff with Vinny, I'm like, oh my God, this is probably going to be a small child trying to like learn to walk, and Vinny's going to come in like a tornado and knock that kid down. And
how old is Vinny actually right now?
I think 7 or 8.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. Vera's like 8 or 9.
Yeah, do real quick caveat.
Caveat.
Whatever.
Caveat.
Now I can't say it. Caveat. Do Malinois ever slow down in their age?
No. I've met plenty of them that are like 14 years old that they are still kicking.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah. They're like, there's no stop until we're dead.
No. Here's the thing. Like, as he's gotten, like, if you would have met Vinny at 2 years old versus Vinny now, like, it's a completely different dog.
Yeah.
But, like, it's still more than your average dog, you know?
It went from 100% to, like, 80.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I like having him around, but I think for... Like, we were looking at puppies not that long ago, and he's like, we should get a new little baby Vinny. And I was like, no, we don't need any more anxiety in this house. We have enough. We have plenty. Yeah. We're good. They're super cute, but I would just be, I don't know. If we do start thinking about starting a family down the line, like another like really, really high energy dog like that,
Yeah.
Oof. I was talking to somebody at work the other day, and she was like, her husband was a police officer, and she's like, oh, we have a Malinois. And I was like, oh, yeah. She's like, you know what that is? I'm like, yeah, we got one too. She said theirs jumped over the grill the other day while they were cooking. What? We don't need dogs jumping over the grills.
Yeah.
Like, that's... Yeah. I think they're for a certain type of person, which I feel like we can handle because of you, but... If you were not a dog trainer, we would not have one.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
And frankly, I used to tell people all the time. I think we talked about it when Michelle was on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yep.
Even like with my current like life, like we shouldn't even technically have one, probably.
Yeah.
You know, it's more dog than we need, you know?
Yeah.
You need to look at, like, the type of life you live with your dogs. And listen, like, I have a couple of clients here and there that have Malinois that are not dog trainers, but they are, like, the most like, freakishly active people with their dogs, like, ever, right? Like, they go for, like, miles and miles and miles of walks, and they hike every day, and they're playing ball in the yard for an hour a day, and this and that. But even that, I ask myself the question of, like, how sustainable is that going to be for you?
Yeah.
Are you going to do that for the next 14 years?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Or at some point, are you going to get bored of that? You know?
Yeah.
Because most of these people that have them, same deal. It's like single guys or something, you know, that are just like, my dog is everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's not really real life.
Yeah, I mean, when you got Vinnie, you were training with him.
Yeah.
At Mondeering.
Like, I bought him for that purpose, you know?
Like, and you thought, that was kind of like what you wanted to do with him at the time, you know?
Yeah, and even then, you look at, like, the dog sport world for the most part, right? Like, and a lot of these people, like, get them. And I remember when I got him, it was, like, common that, you would have a Malinois, and you would train with them and do their training for a couple hours a day, and they would basically just, like, live in a kennel for the rest of the time, you know? And that was, like, preached as, like, normal and or, like, acceptable, you know, like, in that world. And even look at that, and, like, that's probably a part of the reason why so many of those Malinois in those situations are so neurotic.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's because, like, you figure 20 hours out of the day they're living in a kennel, you know? So, I don't know. I think, frankly, and we've talked about this before, I think Vinnie, since we've moved here, has gotten, you've said it, like 9 gazillion times better from an energy
he sleeps
standpoint.
It's so nice.
Right? Like, he
in his little
sleeps fine.
bed.
Like, he'll literally sleep 100% through the night until we decide to wake up in the morning, you know?
Yeah.
Even, like, again, we talked about, like, your grandma being here and stuff like that, like, and not letting him out, right? But, like, when we had the wedding shower in our backyard, right, end of the night, there was still probably 10, 12 people, whatever. He was out hanging out, you know, and been interacting and making buddies and stuff. And, we do have him, like, he is a very active part of, like, every part of our life at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, he is involved, like, he goes, like, wherever we go with us, right? Like, he goes for walks. He interacts with all of our friends and family. Any times that we choose not to have him out, again, are not from the standpoint of him being poorly behaved necessarily.
No.
It's just reading the energy of the situation and being like, do we, like, if we're all just chilling and hanging out and there's a bunch of people and it's, like, low key and stuff, it's like, do we want to let that energy into the room and disrupt that? You know?
Yeah.
And also, it's just, I mean, when we have them out, no matter what we're doing, I mean,
Yeah.
even if it's just show or whatever's happening, I mean, it's just another layer of stuff that we need to not worry about because of behavior, but just we just need to be responsible. That's all.
It's like children. Like, if you take your children somewhere, like, you have to have one eye on them at all times, right? Most people with dogs look at it as something different than that, where they don't need to, and a lot of people just have their dogs out, and it's like they don't know what the fuck they're doing, like, half of the time. You know, like, we live a different life with our dogs, so because of that, if we take the dog somewhere or if we have them out, somebody is on dog duty.
Yeah.
You know, like, we're supervised. It's not like like, they're just doing whatever. It's, we're watching them all and we're supervising, making sure nothing happens or making sure they're not getting into things or making sure they're not bothering anybody too much. Because I take that as our responsibility of, like, we own 3 dogs, right? Like, they're not huge by any means, but, like, we have 3 somewhat high energy, somewhat large dogs that we want to make sure are not becoming a nuisance to anybody.
But even like when we go to we'll go to platform and I usually will meet. Don't fall asleep. Did you drink some of that tea today?
Might have.
Uh-oh. When we go to platform, sometimes I'll bring one of the dogs up for trivia at night, and David's like, oh, because we have to watch them, and I'm like, it's fine. I bring one at a time, and but even like there, like, I mean, people have these little dogs, and they're just like, oh, there's a little dog, so it's okay. You can just let it, like, run all over the place, and they're retractable leashes, and it's just a nightmare. I mean, we both just sit there and, like, shake our heads. And
Yeah, we've had many talks about.
Oh, yeah. The platform
people-
experience.
yeah. But do you think that, because, like, what's that show on Netflix, Cali Canine? Because doesn't he have a Malinois or a Dutch Shepherd for his son? Like, specifically for his, like,
he's
baby
got a Dutch
son.
Shepherd that he got for his son. But, like, so he breeds Dutch Shepherds and Malinois.
So he, like, on the clips that I've seen, he will have, like, this toddler, like, just climbing all over this, like, Dutch Shepherd. And I think that because people probably see that and most people are idiots, they're
Yeah.
like, oh, well, there's a baby with this dog. It's fine. Like, I can do
Sure,
this.
sure.
But that's really not the case. And
Well, one, it's
makes
yeah,
me
it's
so
it's
nervous.
it's dangerous for him to be doing in the first place, right? Like I understand, like like the dog probably since it was 8 weeks old grew up with that child and stuff, you
Yeah.
know. But
It's
at the
still
same
a
time,
dog.
it's still a dog. I know. Yeah, you're right.
I get
Correct.
I definitely being the dog trainer's wife has definitely changed my view of dogs and the way people and like you said, like the way people live with their dogs. And when we were at Sibling Revelry a couple weeks ago, and this family had this
Oh
really
yeah, little German
cute,
Shepherd puppy.
Oh
It was
my
like,
God.
It had to be like 10 weeks old. It was
Yeah,
so
I think
Yeah.
I think I heard her say it was like 9 weeks, and on a retractable leash, just running rampant. She kept picking
running
it
wild.
up.
It kept running away. Like she
yeah.
kept like dropping the leash, and the dog would literally just bolt into the brewery and just be loose and stuff.
And it sounds
jeez.
like no dogs
Picking
in
it
the
up,
brewery.
carrying it around, dogs like biting at them and stuff. It kept like grabbing onto like I think it was like her dress or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's so cute. David just says that dog is going to be a nightmare and ruin their family in about 3 years.
Can you hit the little red button?
Hit it twice.
No, you just have to hit it once. We
Oh,
hit.
you got it.
It's good.
Did I hit it?
I don't know what you.
There you go.
Okay, there you go. Okay, we're good.
Is it going?
Yep.
Is it okay?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
good. Sorry.
All right. But yeah, I mean, all I can think of is just like watching this family. They're so excited about this new puppy. And
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, who knows what they'll do with it in the future. But I was just like, they're not going to do the training they need
No.
for that dog. And they've got 3 small children. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
100%,
Like,
yeah.
this dog it's going to be a problem. And you just think like down the road, like,
Yeah.
what, you know, they're going to be at their wits' end and they're going to say, we need to rehome this dog. And, you know,
Yeah.
and it's just,
Yeah, I mean, it just shows. I mean, not just Malinois, but any working breed. You know,
yeah.
people don't. I mean, we've talked about this along like one of the first podcasts, but it was just about people don't really look into what they're getting in their breed. And, you know, they're just like, oh, look, that shepherd looks cute, you know, and then it's a handful, and then you know that's why you get so many shepherds over at Miracle because they're like, we had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no. To answer the question,
Don't get it.
Don't
you
get it.
don't need the mount. If you want to hang out with one, you can come hang out with us. And then you can see for yourself. That's an open invite.
Free Vinnie hang sesh.
Yeah.
To see.
Just want to see what it's like. Come on over.
Yeah, there we go. All right. We got a couple more here. This one kind of ties into what we were just talking about. I want a protection dog. Is that a good idea?
No, it is not a good idea. It is your job to protect your dog, not your dog's job to protect you. Killed it.
That was
Nailed
good.
it.
Ooh, dang. Didn't even need science
was good.
over here.
No.
was good.
I mean, I think, yeah, that definitely ties into that. I think you've told me before, like, if you truly want a protection dog, like, if you need that, I mean, you have to spend, what, over 10, 15 grand or something like that to get a dog that's trained to do that or something.
I mean, not
don't know.
necessarily, but like the quote unquote like good protection dog trainers out there. Yeah, like if you want one from one of them, they're going to be like $20,000.
But also, if you think you want a protection dog, maybe just like reflect a little bit like about what you're doing in your life that you need protection.
Ooh, that's
and
a good one.
Probably stop doing them because you're probably selling drugs
Yeah. That, or maybe you need to move from your neighborhood.
or that. And then it is
or hold on, let me throw one more in here because
Okay.
most of the like, I agree with you, but most of the people that call me and tell me, "Oh, I want a protection dog."
Do you get a lot of calls for that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God, I hate people.
This is like you know who it is that's asking me those questions? It's
oh no.
yeah, I live in Westlake and, you know, I travel for work a lot. And, you know, like when I'm gone for a couple, you know, I just want my wife to have a protection dog at home with her.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that.
Okay, first of all, you're in Westlake. Second of all, then it's a protection dog. It's not a family dog, so it's not really safe. That's like not.
Yeah.
It's not a dog you just like cuddle up with. And I think that was another thing that was on. We watched like 2 episodes of that Cali Canine show, and the guy was like, he had a protection dog for his wife,
yeah,
and the
that
wife had to like
rapper or whatever.
learn
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
to call it off a bite and stuff like that. And she was like, I just feel so much safer now. And I'm like, you're an idiot, and you're all idiots.
And again, we're talking this, or I think he was a boxer. We're talking like
Yeah, a boxer,
multi-millionaire family, right? Living in, California in a beautiful neighborhood. Like nobody's breaking into their house or anything.
Yeah.
Got security cameras and fences around their perimeter and stuff like that. It's like, you don't need it.
No.
You literally don't need it.
No.
Also, I tell everybody, you owning a dog is enough of a deterrent in itself. No, listen, like if you look at like places people are going to break into and stuff, like if they see 4 dogs or 3 dogs or whatever, like live there, they're not going to break into that house.
No.
We need to put the air conditioning on. It's hot in here. I think that champagne's going to my head.
Hot flashes.
Yeah.
Getting that champagne.
Yeah.
Champagne brain.
Well, that's a good one. I like that. I got to use that.
Champagne brain.
Okay, so no protection dogs.
Yes.
Don't get a protection dog.
Also, speaking of TV shows, I sent that to you the other day. Caesar's
The
getting
new Caesar one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we might have to do maybe
Matt was talking about it too. He was
Is
like,
it gonna
should we
be good?
review that show?
Dude, yeah,
it's on. It's on Disney Plus right now.
You haven't watched it though, have you?
Haven't watched it yet.
We should do a podcast where we watch we do like a reaction, like watch the first episode, like little clips of it and stuff.
Right.
I think that'd be
Deal.
good. Because
I'm like shaking my head.
I just-
Yes, like I'm going to be on that podcast.
I
I'm
just
like,
like
yeah, we should
I
totally
like
do
I like
that.
the branding of it. Like, have you seen like the adverts for it at all? Oh
No.
my god,
What
It's
is
like, They make this guy look like God. I'm telling you,
They
like,
do. They really
Yeah.
do.
It's called like Caesar's Way or something like that.
No.
Or is
Yeah,
that
it's,
Caesar?
it's like something even.
It's
More
look it up.
ridiculous?
good human, good dog,
Yeah,
good
something like
life,
that.
something like that.
But yeah, he's just like, it's like all like heavenly looking around him, and he's like, he's just cheesing it up, hamming it up, and I'm like, man, how many shows now is that for this guy? Like
4 or something.
4,
I've
yeah.
never
There was
watched
a
any of his
big
shows.
thing. Yeah, better human, better dog.
There it is.
Yeah, look at.
Yeah,
He does look
yeah.
like God
See?
there.
Yeah, he's like
He looks like Bruce Almighty.
Caesar Almighty. Could you imagine if he called it that?
Yeah, we'll definitely review that.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good one. All right,
Next question.
a couple more here. How do I stop my dog from peeing on the bed?
Is this a dog question or a cat question?
No, this is a dog question.
Dog
Oh,
question.
Our cat
We're
is-
not cat
our
trainers
cat
either.
is an asshole. David thinks he is. He's working on it.
I don't think that I am. I think that. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
What? Have you never sneezed before?
No, it was so violent.
Yeah, I
that
know
one
it
was
was.
just like
He's a violent sneezer.
Sorry.
violent sneezing.
He is.
Violent Caesar.
Oh my!
How do you stop your dog from
No, I
peeing
don't think
on
I'm.
the bed?
Hold on, sorry.
Oh.
I don't think I'm a cat trainer. I think that Turkish used to bite the shit out of me all the time.
Yeah,
I gave him a couple boops on the head for it,
Yeah.
and he doesn't bite me anymore.
little boops on the head.
Yes. That's all I'm saying.
He's also obsessed with Turkish. Let me show you. Well, even though I was like losing it over Vinnie last night, let's just look at this. Okay? Look at this.
Hold on.
Can you show that to the camera? Yeah, look at that.
You guys can see that.
Yeah. He's obsessed with him.
You got any more pics? Is that the only one?
Well, that was the
Oh,
one.
listen, look. See, he wants. What else you got in the gallery?
I know.
Look at him.
I know. He like
Cute.
it's one of David's favorite things to do is that when he's like passing out somewhat drunk on the
Mm-hmm.
couch is to grab Turkish and force him to cuddle with him. And then Turkish like
But he
But
doesn't
then-
bite me.
but then he settles in and accepts it.
Yeah. So you made him a cat person.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see. Anyway.
All right. So
Also, I want to caveat how we started off this
caveats
pod.
here.
You started off this podcast talking a lot of shit about Vinny, and I don't appreciate it.
I started it talking.
She kind of did.
Well, he used to drive me crazy.
Yeah.
I was literally in tears last night about how much I love him and how cute he is. I think we're okay.
But I just want the people to know that Vinny's a good boy.
He is a good boy. I love him. He's a great dog. He's so good.
He's a very good boy.
I wish he had Pixar eyes and eyebrows all the time. He's so cute.
He was he was a little overbearing at first.
Yeah, he's okay, but that's just to the point of like you just can't introduce a Malinois to anybody. Like, you have to, you can't. You know, I was not prepared for that. I'm like, I know he's got 3 dogs. That's okay. Oh, these are the shepherds. That's okay. He's a little guy. It's okay. No.
Little man, big energy.
Big energy on that
Big
one.
energy.
Vinny's got that Kevin Hart attitude.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's
He's got that Kevin Hart attitude. Honestly,
God.
Vinny is like the dog equivalent of Kevin Hart, I feel like. Little and fucking spunky.
He is. You just have to get used to him. I mean, and now, like, we've only been living together since January. And so,
Everybody loves Vinny.
I fucking love Vinny.
Everybody does. Everybody that comes
Okay.
over the house, he's their favorite dog.
No, I'm not sure about that.
I'm positive about that.
No. The girls have some fans.
There's that's big words.
Yeah. The
Yes.
girls have
Tall-
some fans.
tall
Everybody loves
order.
Vinny.
I know for
Vinny's got his own
fact.
fan club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hashtag Team Vinny.
Okay.
Anyway, back
well-
to peeing on the bed.
Oh, yeah. We didn't answer that yet.
I didn't know that dogs really peed on the bed. Is that a dog move?
Oh,
I've seen it happen a couple times.
yeah. Or marking in the house or peeing in the house.
Yeah, well, let's
Well,
say
just-
marking in the house is
Yeah.
probably a better one to
Okay.
answer.
Well, is it like a puppy where like potty training or something, or what is the situation? Any context? No, just go.
How about both?
Yeah.
Puppy or
Yeah,
adult?
give us a puppy and then give us
Well,
the
I
adult.
think with the puppy, I think that you're supposed to. I've never trained a puppy to be potty trained because Deli, when I got Deli, she was already potty trained, crate trained. It was perfect.
it was perfect.
It was great.
Didn't she kind of poop in the basement sometimes, though?
Well, that's because because I wasn't being really aware of her.
Ooh.
But that's what you need to do. You need to be aware of your dog.
There we go.
And how
That's
when
what I was
was the
getting
last
at.
time they went out? And if like I don't know, I'd be like fucking around and not realize that she was standing by the door for however long because that's what she would do.
Mm-hmm.
And then she would be like, "All right, well, screw you. I have to poop. I'm gonna go poop in the basement then." I mean, thanks for not just doing it right in the living room, I guess. But yeah, so I think for the puppy, I think you're supposed to take him out like every hour or two, like initially, so they learn to go outside. I'm not.
I would say that's probably
I
a
know
good
you're
thing to do.
not supposed to use puppy pads because that encourages the behavior of peeing in the house.
That is accurate.
Look at
Boom.
killing it.
That is accurate. I would say every hour if is probably a not bad thing to do.
See, I'm nailing it. And then as far as like marking the house later on, I zap it. No, just kidding. I'm gonna make sure the dog's getting like sufficient breaks, and I think that's kind of seems like a behavior thing if it's a marking, right? I
Kind
have
of.
to cough.
Yeah.
It's really hot in here. I don't know. For this one, I'm losing it right now. I don't know.
You're kind of right.
Yeah, you're on the right track.
I think it's a behavior thing, so you would probably correct for it.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of. All right. Let's give us the full answer here. Let's hear it.
Well, dogs do what dogs are allowed to do. Deli learned that she could sneak off into the basement. Somebody else's dog may learn they could sneak off into the bedroom. Mm-hmm. Vera, when she was younger, learned that she could sneak up into my parents' hallway upstairs.
Perfect,
Really?
Vera?
Yeah.
I don't even believe it.
This is when she was about a year old.
Dang.
So you block the pattern, right?
Yeah.
You got to block it first because first and foremost, it's your fault for, like not reading your dog's cues that they need to go outside, right?
Yep.
Second off, you need to stop their ability of going in those spots that they're used to going in.
We did get the baby gate.
Third off, if you actually catch them doing it, you would correct them for it. So those are the 3 steps for it. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. That was easy.
I kind of got it.
Kind of got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You got it, especially the puppy stuff in the beginning. That was really good. Also, why would I mean, I guess that maybe in big cities, the potty pad thing, but
It's so gross.
it's such a gross thing.
It's
Like, why would
disgusting.
you want to do that?
The only people I've ever seen do it and been like, whatever, you can do it if you want to, is people that have like really tiny dogs. Because at least there's not like much coming out of them.
Yeah, but still.
But I don't know about all that.
Yeah, it's literally like
Honestly,
paper
if
towel
you,
pad.
if you get a dog, no matter where you live, I don't care if you live 30 floors up in a high-rise apartment. If you get a dog, you need to take the dog outside.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of your responsibility.
It's your responsibility at that point.
That's the big thing.
The whole reason why you got a dog. I mean, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah. It's self-sufficient.
Yeah.
What was that movie? Was it
cat.
Bruce Almighty where the dog went and peed in the toilet and then flushed it after?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
Two
it
Bruce
actually
Almighty
was.
references in one podcast.
I know.
It's a great movie.
It is a
I
good
don't
movie.
think I've ever seen it.
I have it on DVD. We could watch it.
Bruce Almighty was good. I didn't really... It was Evan Almighty.
Evan Almighty was okay.
It was okay.
That's where he turned into Moses or whatever.
Yeah. It wasn't near as good.
Yeah.
Bruce
Or
Almighty was
Noah.
banging.
He turned into Noah.
Yeah, there
The
it
ark.
is.
He had to build the ark.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, potty pads, man. That's just
No thanks.
yeah. I like. Have you seen? Since you're a cat owner, have you seen it where they have like those litter trays that go in your like toilet?
I haven't seen the ones that go
Yeah.
in your toilet. I mean, I know you can like train your your cat to use the toilet.
Strange.
Well, now they have. It's like a circle, like a donut, basically. And then you put the litter in the middle of the donut, and then it's like
I
the
feel
donut
like I've seen
hole.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you let your cat like use it, and then they start to figure out that they can just plop it in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Strange.
That's weird.
I don't like it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
weird.
it's like too much work.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, last thing here.
All right.
This is for you.
Pressure's on.
The best and worst part about being married to a dog trainer.
Did you write this? Obviously, you wrote this. This is nice. You were just trying to like figure out some compliments. I think the best thing is, I mean, well, I got a well-trained dog and a husband out of taking Deli to Miracle, so that
Yeah.
was great. I think the best thing is that just I feel like really confident with our dogs. Like, I mean, I have friends and see people out where their dogs are just a hot mess, and I just know that whatever, where we're going, we've kind of got it handled. I don't feel ever like that anxiety that I used to have before Deli was untrained. When we go out in public, I know that our dogs are just really solid dogs.
Yeah.
And
I mean, can you remember what it was like when Deli was untrained?
yes, it was
How
a
about-
disaster because I lived over there in like 58th and Lorraine, and she would like we'd be walking, and she wasn't necessarily like a bad leash walker or anything like that, but she would lunge at other dogs and people. And I remember distinctly one time a guy was riding his bike, and she like lunged and was barking, and he's like, "I'm gonna shoot you and your bitch." And I was like, "Oh God, like this is terrible. I need to
People are
move
psycho.
Yeah.
and get my
Kinda
dog
wild.
together."
Yeah.
And then I felt, because there was this one guy who'd always walk to the rapid station, and every time I'd get home from night shift, and we would be walking at the same time, and he was like
Yeah.
a nice, normal person, and he wouldn't try to pet her or anything like that. We'd just be trying to pass in the alleyway, and she would just go crazy. And I was like, this is not, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then I went to a positive only trainer for
Ooh, let's talk about that for a minute.
2 sessions.
Yeah.
Let's hear the
And I
experience.
basically just lit my money on fire. It was
Tell us the
stupid.
experience.
Yeah.
I went to
This is experience with a positive only trainer from a non-dog trainer.
There we go.
Yeah.
We needed this.
and in
Well, we
Westlake.
don't have to name drop.
Oh, sorry.
We don't have to
We're
call
not
people
supposed
out
to do that?
directly. Come on now.
Well,
We're running a classy operation here.
sorry. Can you edit that out? I don't know what to say.
Just
I can't-
bleep it. Put a big beep right over it.
Sorry. Okay.
Anyways,
Anyway, we only went for 2 sessions, and they were very nice. And I was trying to get Deli trained to see if I could take her to daycare there, because my work schedule was changing, and I didn't have anybody else to like take care of her. I don't have any family here. My friends didn't live near me at the time.
Yeah.
So I show up the first time, and then we spent the whole first lesson, which I think was like 50. It was definitely more than 50, $150 maybe, or something like that. I don't know. It was not like cheap.
Yeah.
And we spent the whole time just like getting her to take. I would take a treat, and I would say, "Look at me," and I would move it from like my chest to like area to like here, and she would have to like focus her eyes on the treat and me, and like look at me. And I was like, "What the fuck is this doing?"
What? Yeah. What significance does that do?
It was supposed to get her like in tune to me so that she would listen to me or something. I don't know. It didn't do shit.
Were they doing some holistic, like crazy?
look at me.
I'm the captain.
I am the captain.
That's what I teach all the dogs the first time, just to let them know, hey, look at me.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So we did that, and we had to, like, she already knew how to sit and lay down, kind of. Yes. Not stay in a sit. She didn't stay. But
That's what everybody says. They call her like, my dog already knows sit
I
and
know.
down and stay and this and
Yeah.
that. It's like, this is hilarious. Mark Goldberg posted this thing one time. Trainer out in Chicago. He's kind of an older guy. He posted this thing. Actually, he wrote that book we've been reading. So he was like, yeah, my dog already knows sit, down, stay, come, this, that, you know. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. What are you calling me about then? And he's like, well, she tries to attack every other dog that she sees. And he's like, well, why don't you just say come?
Doesn't work so.
Silence.
yeah, it doesn't work. I like when people call
Right,
you because
so-
sometimes I'll listen and they'll be like, she already knows paw and shake. What the
Yeah.
fuck does that do?
Wait,
So,
so you did 2 sessions, right?
Yeah, I
So-
think 2.
So when you left the first session, how were you feeling?
I was like, I'm not really sure, but I'm committed because at that point, like, I didn't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
I
you-
really didn't know about e-collars and,
Yeah.
and board and trains and things like that. Like, Deli was my first dog.
Yeah.
We had one when growing up, but
Yeah, but you were feeling desperate and like
yeah,
you
I was
needed
like,
it.
yeah. So I was like really committed. So I was like, I would go home and I would work with her and try
Look
to,
at me.
we would
Look at me.
We'd do a lot of look at me things, and then it was the next.
Also, that's
session-
not even the appropriate way to teach look at me.
Well, that's what we were doing.
All right, hang on. This is the dog trainer way of teaching look at me. You ready?
Yeah.
Because this is a technique used for tricks sometimes.
Okay.
Right? This is not a functional obedience command, guys. It's not something that's going to save your ass in all these different ways, right? Get 2 treats, right? You ready?
Okay.
Take them here. Slowly move them apart from each other. Once you're holding them like this and you look like you're meditating, wait for the second that the dog's attention goes from eye contact. Yes, boom. Then you do it again. Zoop. Dog goes doop, 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 doop. Yes, boom. And then you do that over and over until the dog starts looking at you.
That's not what we were
Then
doing.
you start keeping your hands at your side and you do it.
Yeah.
And then the dog looks doop, 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 doop. Yes, boom. Then you have a dog that knows how to look.
Boom.
Well, I mean, I guess she was looking. It wasn't really doing much as far
She was
as
looking
her,
at the
like,
treat.
obedience and
Yeah.
anything like that. It just was. And so the next one we were supposed to be teaching, like a downstay essentially,
Yeah.
and it wasn't working for shit. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is stupid. So one of the girls at work had done a board and train, and I was like, tell me more about that. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily want to train my dog. I
Well-
don't like.
Well, what was it specifically that second time? You know, when you were trying to do the downs or whatever.
What was not
Yeah.
working?
What was it that clicked and you're like, this is not. This isn't it.
It was just seemed like we were just going through all these hoops and we weren't really progressing like as fast
Yeah.
as I wanted things to. I wanted to
2
get
sessions in, and you were not happy with the
No.
progress?
no. Okay, but even now I look at you and you do like a leash walk with the dog and you're like, well, this is the dog this morning, and I look at the dog now. I was instant gratification.
I feel like you probably would have been, too impatient for our one-on-ones as well.
Yeah, exactly. I said I don't want to train the dog. There's a board and train. I can send my dog somewhere. I'm all about outsourcing. Okay,
I
all
don't know.
about outsourcing.
I still think if she did one-on-one with you and the first thing you did was get her to be on a prime leash walk immediately that first session, she would have been like sold. I
yeah,
don't know.
absolutely.
Dolly was kind of a pain in the ass initially.
She was.
so-
I do remember
the first
Deli.
videos.
You do remember
she was-
Dolly.
Yeah. I think we made a couple videos with Deli.
We did the
There
one at
are-
the vet. Remember we took her to the vet?
Yep, I remember that one.
I don't think I saw the vet video, but I
Yeah.
Did. It's on YouTube.
the vet videos on YouTube
Yeah.
too. I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
She's
Oh,
drama.
Dr. Bob.
Dr. Bob's great. I love Dr. Bob.
Yeah.
She's just a drama
It's a real
girl.
popular
So
one on there still too. A lot
oh,
of people watch
nice.
it.
Which one?
The Deli video.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's kind of weird. Like when I look through the YouTube algorithm, there's
You
like
see
all
some
these
with a
old,
lot of views on
yeah,
them.
and then they're all like, well, and now it says like past 28 days, and it shows you where all the views are going. And
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
all these old ones are getting like a lot of numbers right now.
That's pretty cool.
Top numbers.
So they said they had a really good experience with this board and
Yeah.
train, and Aubrey, that's what she eats, had posted.
Deli's on the most popular page. 1, 2, 3, 4,
I'm
5,
so proud.
6, 7. She's the 8th most popular video on our YouTube channel.
That's
Boom.
great. I love
I'm still
that.
shocked. This the number one is the one with what was that dog's name? That giant Rottweiler.
I don't remember.
Killian.
That
Dog was a beast.
Yeah.
Big ass dog, man. And then walking the two dogs together is second most. You know what's funny is a lot of these, they're so popular because a lot of people were talking shit on them. You ready for this? Hold on. Let's do an impromptu thing that page one.
Wasn't it they say like no
Wait
press?
a second.
Like, all
Before we
press
get
is
into
bad
it,
press?
will you
Hit the button.
hit the button and hit it? Wait, hit it. Wait, hit it again. Okay.
Okay, you ready? Yeah. So these are the comments that are attached to my video on walking two dogs at once. And let me start this by saying this video was intended to show you how to walk two trained dogs at once. Right?
Yeah.
It was not intended to show you how to train two dogs at once because that's unrealistic. Because if you're looking to train two dogs, you have to do it one at a time, and then you have to put them together. Right? And it clearly said that in the video.
Yeah.
It clearly outlined that. It was a very well put together video. Comment number 1. Let's change the title to Let's Walk Two Really Obedient Dogs and Let Owners Get Jealous. ... I need you to walk two really young, high-energy dogs and teach us that. That wasn't
That's
the
a
point of this
stupid
video.
comment.
Yeah.
The point of, if you have high-energy dogs that don't know how to walk, you could watch my numerous other videos that I have on teaching you how to teach a dog how to walk on a leash.
Yeah.
Do you respond to these?
Sometimes. Sometimes I'll give sassy replies. What did I say to that?
You do get sometimes sassy on there.
I said, this video is not intended to teach you how to teach the dogs to walk. It's intended to show you how to communicate with two trained dogs at the same time effectively. We have plenty of other videos teaching you how to teach the actual walking. I thought it negated anything that she had said.
Yeah.
She replied again. You guys seem to not be understanding either. It's a completely valid point. I have two dogs that are day and night when walked individually versus together. Trained well one-on-one, but hell with two. They feed off each other's energy when they're together. If you have to stoop down to using an e-collar to teach people how to walk to two perfectly well-behaved dogs, are you actually training them or punishing them when they don't do what you want them to?
People
Well,
are so stupid.
Are they not?
I don't know. I don't know. How you deal with
Right
people.
then, it's like, all right, it's not even. You're not even worth my
It's
time.
not.
It's
worth it
ridiculous.
at all.
Yeah.
But so a couple points with that, right? So one, this is the Prosecco talking, by the way.
Jesus.
What?
I haven't had very much.
Yeah, you have.
Me?
I filled you up twice already.
No, I said you haven't. We haven't. I mean, it's just a few glasses.
Whatever.
He's down.
11:59 right now.
We haven't had breakfast.
It's morning.
Oh, we had tacos.
Okay, so your dogs probably aren't that great individually if you put them together. 2, these two perfectly well-behaved dogs were very not well-behaved when they first started their training, and we showed them how to. And are we actually teaching them, or are we punishing them? Punishing is a part of the teaching process.
Yeah.
So I replied with, I thought this was funny. Sounds like if you can't walk your dogs together, you should stoop to using an e-collar to get control of them.
Oh man.
Did she reply?
No, she did not reply to that one. Then somebody
Got
else.
her.
Not
Yeah.
much of a dog trainer if you have to use an e-collar. Next comment. Main thing I personally disagree with is the e-collars. I really think that it's an easy, lazy way round to try to get your dogs to be pissed off. How about the owners place the collars around your neck and press the trigger? See if you like it.
I've had friends do that. They think they're fine. Everyone survived.
Everybody's okay.
You know, my big thing is like, why do they come out saying it's such a lazy, easy way?
If
or
it's
whatever?
easy, do it.
Yeah.
What do you want your dog to walk well or not?
Yeah. Like, how is that a bad thing? Like, that you're trying to do the easiest way to communicate with your dog, and then you don't have to fucking, like, we talked about this before. It's just like, wouldn't you rather have a dog that you can do things with throughout its life, or can't get it to do anything?
Struggle.
Yeah, struggle its whole life and then take it half as many places.
Yeah. No, I agree. I do find, I'm like, some people ask me like at work or wherever, like, oh, like your husband's a dog trainer? Like, oh, I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, he uses an e-collar. They're like, oh yeah. And then they always blame it on somebody else because they don't want to say, oh, my husband doesn't like those or this. And I was like, your husband's a bitch.
Yeah.
That's the Prosecco.
There's the Prosecco coming up.
Okay, this was another funny one on that same one. This is from Angel Cakes. Angel Cakes.
Perfect.
She said, yeah, this is never going to work with my dogs. I just can't see it happening. What do you mean it's never going to work? It's going to work with your dogs if you do it.
Yeah.
I said, not with that attitude, it won't. We've done this with way harder dogs than yours, I'm sure. The process works if you put in the effort.
So the girl that you have like responding to comments, is if there's like a bad one, she just like kind of like, hey David, can you take care of this one? She's kind of send it
What's
off
that?
to you. Like the girl that responds to like the comments. Like,
Oh, yeah.
If they're like bad, she just kind of like, can you take care of this, please? And you're like, sure can.
No problem.
Somebody else. What a joke. Aha. Another one. This one. No punctuation or anything. Useless.
Dude,
Why would you waste your time commenting
People are so
even at all?
stupid.
YouTube comments are
Useless.
just like ridiculous. That's why everyone calls like commenters on YouTube frogs, because they're like that Pepe
Frogs?
Yeah,
Yeah, Pepe the Frog.
Yeah, they're Pepe the Frog
That's
because they're just
hilarious.
like mad about everything.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What? I don't think I answered the second part of that
No.
question.
Okay, also, first, I thought your best thing about it, I didn't think it was going to be so heartfelt. That was nice. Thanks, babe. I thought your best thing was going to be, I get to go to work sometimes and play with all the cute puppies.
Oh, I do get to do that. It's great. A little dog parade when we run the dogs at night. It is fun.
Every now and then, if I need to go run the dogs and she's with me.
Bring some beers.
One at a
up,
time. One at a time. They come through. Lots of head taps.
All the head
There you go.
taps. And I usually like
at a
make it into a story on my Instagram so that like my friends can see all the dogs I'm playing with.
Oh my gosh.
People enjoy it. They're real cute.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
do love
now we
that.
have to get to the second part though.
The worst part.
The worst. It's the worst.
I would say sometimes just like your schedule, which I feel like you know. I mean, it's your schedule is much better now, but I mean, it comes with owning a business, and in a business that involves live creatures. Like, I mean, if there's something that happens, and you have to go, or you know, just work late, or you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I'll call it the worst, but you know, it just is what it is. I mean, I'm a nurse, so sometimes I have to stay late at work. Like it's part of
Do
our job. So whatever.
Do you think he ever overanalyzes you with the dogs?
No,
Like
don't
if
think
he's looking at you like you would like a client, like when you're taking care of the dogs.
I don't think so. The other day I was.
I don't think I do that.
No, the other day I was. I think I was giving them. I was giving them snacks or something, green beans. We don't really give them too many treats. I was giving some treats.
Gives
and
a
he
lot
was
of
like,
cucumbers.
"Oh, cucumber! Deli loves cucumbers. Okay, she loves cucumbers. Poor
Little crunchy little
Yeah.
water meat sticks.
Water meat sticks.
yeah, she loves cucumbers. So a lot of times I make a lot of salads for her. So
Yeah.
give her a little. She comes. She expects the cucumbers. Why is Matt calling me? I was giving him. I was giving them like. Is this kosher? Does this happen?
It does with Prosecco.
Jesus, this is not part of the plan.
You're going to be on the podcast.
Oh my god. So, anyways, he was like, "Babe, you're gonna start a fight," because like snacks were going out everywhere, and I was like, "Oh, I'm like really concerned about that," because we had a fight one time when I was watching the dogs.
Yeah.
Vera and Deli got into it, and it was the most traumatizing thing. Blood splattering the walls. My poor roommate Roberta was scarred for life because of that. Like, she would not come near the dogs for a while. It was
Wow.
horrible.
Let me call you back right after this, okay? All right, dude.
We'll wait.
No, it's fine.
What's he need?
I don't know.
So I was saying that the other day when I was giving the snacks, you're like, you're going to start a fight. And I was like, oh, I don't want to start a fight. I like to
Oh,
keep the
yeah,
dog,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So I am pretty like conscious of that, but I don't think that he ever is saying it in a way where like, you fucking idiot, you're doing that, you know, like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
do you know, like, or like treats me like a client or anything like that. Like, he's just
Because
like,
I treat my clients like that? Is that
no,
what you're
I said,
implying?
oh, well, no.
That's what I
but,
tell them. You fucking idiot. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
No, I guess, like, I mean, like, you don't, I mean, like, you don't say anything to me like we don't. That's not a relationship, obviously. But
Maybe-
he'll be like, maybe just like rethink what
Like
you're
Gordon
doing, babe.
Ramsay there for a second.
It's like, just rethink what you're doing, baby.
What are you? An
Dude,
idiot sandwich.
did you see the video that he posted? This kid he made like a impersonation of him on TikTok.
No, but I need to see it.
Dude, it's
Probably
hilarious.
so funny.
Yeah, because it's like him opening the door to like his daughter's date.
Yeah.
And he's like, what's your name? Twat? No. Oh, sorry. Brian. Okay. Just wait right there. And he like comes over, like, you know how like in Kitchen Nightmares he's always like talking to the like, he's like, I thought she could do better, but he has the face of a fucking donkey. What a shame. What a shame. And then walks off. Dude, it's hilarious. I'll have to show you after this, but yeah.
But I don't know. I think just like our schedules are a little bit crazy sometimes, but I think that would be, if I had to say the worst thing, that would be the worst thing.
Ooh, let's talk about. I heard you talk about the Vera Deli thing.
The Vera Deli thing. Yes.
Vera
Let's talk about that for a minute.
Coming up on an anniversary, a 2 year.
Yeah, 2 years. It's 2019.
2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
2-year
September of
anniversary.
2019.
Yes.
So I feel like we might have talked about this on the podcast before. If not, I've talked about it with tons of clients before.
Yeah.
So when Vera and Deli first met with each other, we had known each other at that point for just under a year, probably something like that. I was in Vegas. She watched Deli and Vera, right?
Just
And-
Vera. Yeah.
Well,
Deli
yeah,
was
I
my
mean, you
dog.
had Deli,
Yeah.
obviously, but you had the two dogs
Yes,
for
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
a week, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and they got in a freaking blowout fight with each other, man. Like knockout, drag out, emergency vet, fucking getting stitches and staples everywhere, blood all over the fucking
Yeah.
place,
Literally
nasty
everywhere.
fucking
On this
fight
rug.
with each other. Yeah, actually, this rug, the
Actually,
reason why it's
yeah.
up here is
If
because
you
there's blood
look-
all over it.
Those spots over there, they're like kind of like faded.
'cause they were
Those are all.
bleached.
Those are all
Yeah.
blood.
So, a lot of people think, just because we're dog trainers or whatever it may be, everything is perfect and sunshine and rainbows and stuff like that. And this is why I tell people I'm so freaking anal about stuff, right? Being in this position, and you've even seen enough of it just through stuff that happens at work, stuff that happens at home, this, that, right? Like we have seen the absolute worst of the worst of like what stuff can become. Right? Whether it's from dog aggression, human aggression, this, that, right? Any of those types of things, we've seen like really gnarly stuff happen where things can get extremely dangerous, right? When that fight broke out, you got bit really bad on the thumb or hand or something like that, wasn't it?
I got bit in the hand
On
somewhere.
the palm, right?
It
Like
wasn't too bad.
it wasn't horrible,
Yeah.
but like it was a pretty deep, gnarly puncture wound.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So this
Roberta
is
was
why,
scarred for forever.
yeah, one of her friends was over when it happened and stuff like
She
that.
lived there.
and it wasn't even. Oh yeah, that's right. She was living there at the time.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even something like it was necessarily caused directly by anything that anybody was doing, but they were two new dogs, right, that were still getting to know each other and develop a relationship with each other, right? And when I'm introducing any two dogs together for quite a long time, you have to always look at things under the light of something might go south at some point, right? Because when you're dealing with especially two females or two males or whatever it may be, right? Competition is happening at all times. Like these two dogs, like when we first met each other, they would play so freaking hard with each other all the time. Like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like all the time. They're
Yeah.
jumping on each other,
Yeah.
rolling around, doing this kind of stuff, right? And I tell everybody, like, play, right? It's not what you think it is, right? It's not this like cute and cuddly and like we're just having a good time and we're on the playground and let's go swing on the swings together kind of thing, right? Play is competition.
Yeah, it's hierarchy.
Right? It's hierarchy. It's establishing who's more dominant than the other, right? And when that's happening with any dog, it can go south very quickly. And if you're not ready to address it the second it does, when it goes south really quickly, and when you then react and try to jump in and create more energy and stuff like that, turns into a huge fight,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. We were just like hanging out. I was getting ready to bring them up to the shop to get groomed, and they were just playing until they weren't playing. I was like, oh, they're eating each other's faces. And I was just like, cool, I'm just going to have to call like my new boyfriend and be like, hey, your dog killed my dog, or my dog killed your dog. Like, sorry.
And these are two very social dogs, right? Like these are two dogs that independently are totally fine with other dogs, right? They socialize and interact as well, right?
And since then have been like, I mean, David reintroduced them. I was
100% fine.
like,
There has not been a
there's
single
not been a
issue
single-
amongst them ever since, and we're talking again like 2 years later now at this point, right? And the other interesting thing about it is they figured it out at this point, right? Whether it's they figured out that one of them is more dominant than the other, or they figured out that just like we're in charge of the situation, because after that happened, we were very, very on top of like, we're not fucking around. We're not fucking around. You guys got to keep your shit together. And they don't even really play with each other anymore. They exist. They cuddle on the couch. They're buddies, right? Everything's fine. There's no grudges or anything like that. But it's something that they had to work through with each other, right?
It was just a terrible time for them to work through it.
Yeah, seriously. But this is kind of reality of owning dogs. And especially when you start getting into multi-dog households and stuff, is stuff like that can happen, right?
Yeah.
The amount of phone calls I get from people that it's like, oh my God, like I've had these dogs for 3 years and they got in this big fight with each other or this or that. Like it's more often than you think, right?
Yeah.
And you have to factor those things in as you're adding more dogs into your household, right? Because every time you add another one in, you add in a different dynamic and a different variable, something that can go sideways. And you have to remember they're animals, right? They're not your little fucking stuffed animals, right? They're animals, and stuff can happen at any time like that. You got to be aware of it, you know?
Yeah.
But I think the reason why we're talking about this and stuff is because I don't need to be super on you over this kind of stuff, because you're already aware of it. Right? Like you're already
I've
aware of
experienced it.
all of this kind of stuff and all of the good and the bad and the in-between and this and that. So you're intelligent about the way that you interact with them, and you're very wise about the decisions you make, and even things as far as like how you have them out with different people, or the things you do with them, or making sure that you're following the rules with the e-collars, and making sure that you're staying disciplined with things, right? And, you know, with as annoying as Vinny is, making sure you're really on top of him over stuff. And because of that, we don't really have issues.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you're gonna go back to Vegas next month with your parents, and I'll be home with the dogs. And I asked him the other day, I was like, "Oh, are you gonna board the dogs?" He's like, "Well, no." I was like, "Yeah, I just was I don't know. I was asking. I don't know. Just I'm like having flashbacks from the last time he was in Vegas." But I mean, I'm home with the dogs. I feel like,
As I say, at this point, you're home with the dogs probably more than I am.
definitely more than you are. Yeah. I mean, I feel like I manage them pretty well on the day to day, and I would just. So, you know, a lot of times during the day, sometimes I won't have the e-collars on. Vinny always has his on pretty much, but like Vera and Deli won't. But you can bet your ass when you're in Vegas, everyone will have their e-collar charged overnight, and then it will go back on in the morning. And it'll give me that extra like layer of assurance and
peace of mind.
Peace of mind, yeah. Because when that happened, the dogs did not have their e-collars on yet. And so, I mean, that maybe could have stopped it. I don't know. But, you know, I could have done something different. I mean, it is what it is now. But that's just a thing that I will make sure happens when you're away. Because I can't call you like, Carly, come back. Help.
Yeah. I don't know if it was us that we were talking about it, but there was like somebody, I don't know if it was with you, but I'll say it anyway. They had 2 or 3 dogs already. Oh, no. It's the lady that owns the pet, like this local pet store in Cuyahoga Falls. We've known her since we had Bender, since he was a little puppy. But they had 3 dogs, and then they got they're all pretty big dogs, but they all had their like social hierarchy figured out, and then they brought in a corgi.
Oh.
Yeah, they got a baby corgi last year.
Oh, by the way, Kayla's new corgi. Have you seen the pictures of it?
Did she get another one?
Yeah, so she has 3 dogs now. Kayla, she had Watson and Pizza.
Yeah.
She got a new corgi. Dude, she brought it to work yesterday. Yeah. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. It was annoying as fuck. It kept barking at everything.
Yeah, of course.
But
yeah, but
check it out.
But just bringing like that other dog in, like she was like she's like, it's crazy because her husband like works like a regular 9 to 5, and then she has that shop in the Falls, and she lives in Seven Hills, so she has to like drive like, you know, at 6 a.m. to open her shop, and then she's there most of the day because she has like 2 employees. You know, it's like a small business.
Yeah.
So she was taking her one dog to oh Jesus, and it's so cute.
that was the puppy.
Yeah.
You would like it.
Oh, yeah. She's had him for a little bit.
Yeah, but
It's about a year old.
But her one dog that would go to daycare all the time because he was like a year old or something, a year and a half, and all of a sudden he was just having like problems at daycare, like, and then bringing those problems home, and it was all because they changed the complete hierarchy when they brought this new corgi in, because the corgi wanted to be top shit, and then that dog didn't know how to react to it, and it just like literally
Chaos.
fucked up their whole dynamic at home. So it's like, I mean, you could have like you were saying, like the most stable like 3 dogs, and then you guys get together,
Throws it all off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it throws everything off, and it kind of like hits the reset button, like you said, on everyone's social hierarchy.
I'm working with 2 dogs right now that signed up for a board and train for end of the month. It's the one I booked when we were out on the patio that one time, a couple weeks ago. Whatever.
Yeah.
So same deal, like 2 litter mates, which don't get litter mates. Whatever.
Don't do
we
that.
know that. Come on.
Yeah,
It's not news, you
Yeah.
know. So 2 litter mates, and they had another pit bull, and the litter mates now are like 2.5, 3 years old, something like that. They had this older pit bull just recently passed away, and as soon as that dog passed away, boom, fights started happening. Right? Threw everything off. Now, mostly you can start getting into the reasons why it happened, and I don't think it so much had to do with the dog not being there, but a lot of times I tell everybody, when one of your dogs passes away, what happens is you start projecting all of those emotions, those sad feelings and stuff on those other dogs, creates instability, creates competition, creates fights, right? So your leadership that you typically had, like leadership is not something that like you get and like you have it forever kind of thing, right? It's something you have to maintain long-term forever with your dogs, right? And if you start showing signs that you're being weak, right? Or you're not in charge of things anymore, or you can't handle a lot of the day-to-day stresses and stuff that are going on, the dogs are going to assume that role and there's going to be problems, right? But whatever. Other dog dies, boom, suddenly everything gets thrown off, huge fights getting broken out, right? And these dogs can't even be together at this point because of it, you know? And that's how quick this stuff happens.
Yep.
Sorry, good. What were you going to say?
I don't know. Lost my train of thought. Lost it. But who knows? Oh, maybe something I was kind of thinking like, my mom doesn't know how long podcasts get filmed for. I think
That's
she's
okay.
we were, thinking about getting a puppy, and we kind of like looked a little bit and talked about it. And then and I think one day I said to him, I was like, our dogs are so good. Like,
Yes.
it's a good thing going here. Like I feel, and because I am home with them most of the time, like I feel confident handling them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a good dynamic at this
Yeah,
point,
exactly.
right?
I'm
We've
not-
established a
100%.
groove.
100%.
There, if some, Vinnie walks into Vera and she gives a little growl, like I know, like I'm just like on it right away and everything's good. We can handle it. But the idea of like adding, I said, I was like adding another like puppy into the mix, another dog, whatever, like kind of makes me a little bit nervous because I know it will switch things up, and I'm, I know you can leave a puppy, be taking it to work and stuff like that, but even still, just knowing that I am like the more of a primary caretaker for them.
Yeah. And you just
'cause of
have
our
to,
schedules,
you have to
like-
keep more special eye on everything,
Yeah.
see how it
So I was
affects
like,
the rest of the dogs.
Yeah, I was like, maybe we just wait a little longer. So
It's also like you start looking at like it's so much dog, right? Like we kind of fell into like the 4 dog thing, and then when we put Cade down and it was just 3, and then we're like, oh, do we have to go back to the 4? It was like we were so used to having 4
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah,
there,
okay. I see.
Right?
but we
Yeah.
have Turkish, and he's basically like a dog.
He's worse. That cat sucks, but I love him so much.
Yeah, I was like, do we need to
But he
pull the picture up
sucks.
again? Like,
Yeah, I know.
we've already established you love him.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
It's a very much love-hate relationship. But like we had our groove, and we were like, oh, do we need to fall back into the 4 dog groove? But at this point, it's kind of like, oh god, do we need to like go down to like 2? It's because again, we live busy lives. Like I'm working all the time, and everybody asks, can you just take your dogs to work with you every day and stuff? It's like, well, I probably could, but like we don't have space there.
I
for them.
ask you that. I'm like, can you take the dogs? Is Sarah around? Can she like get them all cleaned up today?
But like there's even if I take them there, it's just putting responsibility on the staff then, right? So it's like between that and then like her being in grad school and doing being a nurse and working long hours and stuff from that, it's like we like our lives don't completely revolve around our dogs, right? Which some people it does, some
Hit the
people
button.
it doesn't, which
Just
is
once, yeah.
fine. But like just because I'm a dog trainer doesn't mean that's what we do.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and that's part of the thing. I mean, that's part of like you were talking about. Like, if this is, you have to be aware of what the life you're going to live with your dog. If you're going to take on the responsibility of 3 dogs, then you need to hold up that responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Just the same thing with like the pee pads. If you're going to get the dog, take
Take the
responsibility.
fucking dog outside.
Yeah. Well,
Good stuff.
This
do you
marriage
feel?
podcast is a pretty big dog podcast.
Listen, that's all we know.
I thought we were
to
going to talk about
anyways.
marriage.
No, we're not talking about marriage.
You said, do you want to be on the podcast with Josh and I?
I said it's
wedding,
the wedding
wedding
podcast. That doesn't
podcast.
mean we're talking about anything.
I thought we were talking about stuff I know about. I do know some dog things.
I
We've
mean, you
established.
did a pretty good job on these
We've
questions.
established.
I feel
I'm
like
decent.
you gave great answers on all of these.
Thanks. Mm-hmm. So if you guys need me to fill in for anybody, just like let me know. I'm available. I'm usually just downstairs trying to be really quiet.
Perfect.
Dope. All right, guys. Anything else?
I'm good.
Oh, we're done?
Yeah,
I think so.
We're about done.
Oh,
Do you want to talk about anything else?
no.
Do you have
Perfect.
another
I really thought
topic?
we're-
Listen, bust another topic out.
No,
Let's
I got
do
nothing.
fucking 2 hours. I don't
No,
care.
no. It's hot as hell up here. Why don't
is
you have the
totally- it
air
is hot.
conditioning?
It is a little
Poor
hot.
It got a little
Josh.
hot.
All I can think about, like, I'm sweating. I can say it.
I'm about to go to the gym, so that's fine. Like, we're sweating right now.
Josh hitting the
Gotta-
I gotta hit the bars.
Yeah.
Let me hit the bars.
I'm hitting
I've
the
been
metal
hitting the
bars.
cheeseburgers.
We haven't eaten a lot of cheeseburgers.
So many
Dude,
cheeseburgers
cheeseburgers are so good.
in preparation for the wedding. You know.
Dude. I'm just saying, Parky's burgers
Oh,
are banging.
is that the
Also, Martha on the Fly.
good.
Have you been?
No, but I
been there?
want to go. So Justin, Lydia's owner,
Yeah.
he's the one who started it
Yeah.
with I believe him and like LT.
Mm-hmm.
That LT guy.
The guy did Guardian.
Yeah.
Guardian
Cold
Brew. Yeah, I want to get in with that guy.
Yeah.
I want to do some coffee.
Hit him up.
Yeah, be like, listen, man,
Hit him up.
let's do some shoots. That's the thing with T-Lab. I was like, hey, man, let me come do a couple
I know,
shots.
it was
for
one
you.
of your little reach outs,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah. I was just like, and that's all we did. We did like 4 or 5 different teas and blew his mind. And I'll be like, hey, in the
Give him a
future,
quick reach around.
yeah. There's that prosecco coming through.
That's my favorite when you laugh like that.
That one.
I wait for those on the podcast, and then I just feel like so like I was like so heartwarming and like genuine laugh, and then I'm like in my car and I'm just like, oh my god, I love that.
Oh gosh, I'm glad I
good.
can bring joy to people. I guess.
It's so good.
But all right, this is about to die. So
It is.
yeah.
All right.
Thanks for
You
having
didn't
me,
have to do a
guys.
battery change, did you? For an hour and a half?
that one like.
Well, I guess it's probably because it was an hour and a half straight.
yeah, we didn't.
We
take
didn't pause. What, is this the first one we didn't pause at all?
Yeah,
I think it might have been.
you're good luck. Look at that. First
Try.
time.
I try.
I'm really surprised too because you had a lot of liquids. And that's usually the thing is we take
Yeah, a
pee
lot of
breaks.
beverage.
Pee breaks.
A lot of beverage.
Yeah.
Josh,
pee
what,
breaks
are
is
you
a
ready
big
for the
thing.
wedding tomorrow? Are you got your
Got your suit ready? You gonna wear a suit?
Your duds ready?
Are you wearing a suit?
My suit doesn't fit anymore, but I'll have a nice
Josh.
shirt for you.
A
gotta
nice,
wear a
I have a
suit.
nice shirt for
Dude,
you.
you have a nice shirt. I cannot. I tried to fit on my jacket.
Are you wearing pants?
Yes, I
Oh,
have
okay.
pants.
All right.
But yeah, it was like. So you're getting a nice shirt tomorrow.
All right, that's fine.
Hopefully David has a shirt. We don't even know if he has
we'll
a shirt
see.
yet.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to get it tomorrow morning.
If not, you better come in the hula shirt. And I'm telling
Been
you.
golfing too much, you know?
Yeah.
That is it. I told you.
Hey, whatever. Jimmy Buffett vibes. Maybe.
No.
She's like, we will find you a shirt.
No.
Honestly, a
not it.
Tommy Bahama shirt under the suit jacket might not be a bad move.
Oh Lord,
Ooh,
we
there
are
we
not.
go.
Might
We
not
are
be a bad
not.
move.
We are not that couple. We are not. No.
Just saying.
No.
Just
no.
saying.
All right, guys.
All right, gang.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Get ready for the party.
Party.
Do you?
Josh Dobay
I mean,
Productions.
yeah,
Miracle
sure,
Canine
find us a
Training.
Miracle Canine Training.
David the
Find us
Dog
a David the
Trainer.
Dog Trainer. Find her at
Kate-
Lutheran Hospital.
Kate Manask. Yeah, don't. I'm a
Lutheran emergency room.
Lutheran
You don't want-
emergency room. Don't.
You don't want to go see her
Don't come
because that
see
means
me.
you're having problems.
Don't come see me.
All right, guys.